Hi, it's Susan Nisley, and welcome to today's episode of iTravelNurse TV. Nice to see ya. Travel Nurse Companies in Review. The company of today is Liquid Agents. They are a company out of Plano, Texas that I worked for back in 2012. Now, Liquid Agents is a smaller company in the spectrum of travel nurse companies. However, they do have a variety of contracts throughout the country, heavily focused on Texas and California. Just know that they don't have contracts in all 50 states. Now, one good thing that Liquid Agents does as far as compliance issues goes is that they are able to get you compliant very, very quickly. And I think a big reason for that is because all of the documents are online. So if you have to fill out forms such as an I-9 form or W-4 form or any other compliance form for the hospital, they upload it online and you can just fill it out online. That saves a ton of time when it comes to printing, handwriting things out, maybe having to scan it back in, fax it in. Saves time and money on both ends, both for Liquid Agents and for you. So that helps you get compliant quicker. So that's an A+ for Liquid Agents. Now, they contracted me through a hospital in Edinburg, Texas called Edinburg Regional Medical Center, and they did a great job with housing. They were able to find me an extended stay on an extended stay rate, relatively close to relatively close to the hospital. However, they could have done a little bit better of a job because it was still a couple miles away from the hospital, and there was actually a hotel, like a Best Western, that was practically right across the street. So could have been better, could have been worse. Now, they also contracted me at McAllen Medical Center, which is in the next city next to Edinburg, and everything was fine there as far as the contract goes. But there were a couple things that was in the negative. Well, now, first of all, I had a stalking situation in Edinburg, Texas, and in which Liquid Agents had to move me from Edinburg into the next little city into Pharr, Texas. It was a situation the police were called, the hotel manager had to call the police, and so it was just in my best interest to move. So they got an A+ for that. But then when the transition came from the contract in Edinburg to their sister hospital in McAllen, there was a problem with Liquid Agents. Now, it might just be due to one of the recruiters, this Amanda Murakami, who's apparently not there anymore. I don't know if it's widespread across the company, but what happened is that I had a certain amount of time off, and I booked a cruise out of Galveston, Texas. And my recruiter called demanding, that I start work right away at McAllen Medical Center. McAllen Medical Center said that they needed me right away. So I was torn between making this McAllen Medical Center happy, making Liquid Agents happy, and whether or not what I was going to do about this cruise that I had already booked on set time that I had off. Well, you know what? I didn't want to burn my reputation with Liquid Agents at that time. I didn't want to lose the contract at McAllen Regional Medical Center. So I just lost $1,000 in a cruise that I had out of Galveston over my birthday. So why Liquid Agents seem to be more loyal to the hospital, wanting me to start earlier, or versus when I was already planning on starting, I don't know, but that is a thumbs down for Liquid Agents. Okay, and another thing they did after the McAllen Texas contract, after that hospital contract was over, they found me a contract very, very quickly down in Houston. Now, where they lost is that they apparently did not have a full county nationwide background check on me. Now, as the story goes, Liquid Agents claims that in Hidalgo County, Texas, which is where Edinburg and McAllen hospitals were located within the county, they only required a one county background check. And the hospitals in Houston required a nationwide all-county background check, and apparently it wasn't going to be done for a couple weeks. Now, you know what? That is something that I think that Liquid Agents should have had on file. It should have been on file, ready to go, because what ended up happening is is Liquid Agents couldn't get my background check in enough time for the hospital and made me look bad with the hospital. And it's something that I think that Liquid Agents should have had under their belt way ahead of time, even before even submitting me. So that is a thumbs down for Liquid Agents. So, but you know what? They're a smaller company, but they're owned by a businessman who has gotten a lot of awards throughout the state of Texas. And so from that aspect, you know, I can tell you that they'll get you the contract. I'll tell you that they'll pay you. I didn't have any trouble getting paid on assignment. They will do housing, and if emergency happens, they will move you, but there were just a few glitches in there. So overall, I would give Liquid Agents a score of about 70% out of 100 as far as travel companies. Are definitely in the higher range of travel companies that you should consider signing up with in your top 10 companies that you should have under your toolkit belt to be a travel nurse. So that's today's episode of iTravel Nurse TV. I'll see you next time.